Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Lion's Den. Hope you had a decent weekend. In this video, we're going to have a look at the rebuffed Zhu with his new relic. I have the Relic 10 ability, which is the second one. Disclaimer, don't expect like 10 nils across the board. I think later on, when he gets Relic 20 and Relic 30, then you're going to see a massive difference. But I did find a team that was decent that took out sometimes some of the better teams. So we're just going to have a look at some of the training. I've got a couple of teams jotted down. We're going to have a look. So here is my Zhu at the moment. He's 142k. He's basic stuff. He's up to red gear, but I won't be getting his red gear. Talisman, I'm using the strength and the crit chance. Like I said, the relic, we have the first two skills upgraded. So we've got the relic that applies with mark pain to an enemy. All of Zhu's attacks strike the marked target, all his basic ones. So it's interesting, and you can see the full description there. Activates 15 seconds after the start of battle. Every 20 seconds applies with mark pain to the furthest enemy for 15 seconds, while marked all of his basic attacks hit him. Also hit him, sorry, so it's double. Again, you can see what Zhu does. You should know by now what he does. He likes attacking the back line. His ult just concentrates on the back line, so this also helps with that. As for the second ability that we got, again, I don't know why it says upgrade a skill to legendary, because I have. So this is the armor reduction one. So while in a state of rage, his attacks reduce enemy armor for 4 seconds. Critical hits reduce armor twice as effectively. So that's pretty decent. So at the moment, I'm reducing by about 4,709. And obviously if I get a crit, that goes up to 9,400 odd, which is pretty decent. And the reason I say don't expect like 10-0 massive differences is because, this does help, but you've still got to find a team for him. And unfortunately, nature is just so weak at the moment, it doesn't help Zhu. And you've got quite a lot of other factions that don't cater to Zhu. Chaos is mainly like Kayla Aiden or Magic. Mystery faction is Magic. Nature is a bit of nothing. And Progress is so settled at the moment with the likes of the JJI combos with Folio, Polaris, or full Progress teams that Zhu doesn't really fit, doesn't really replace anyone to help you. But yeah. So the third skill is the extra pure damage to enemies under shields. Now, I think this is going to be a major one for Aiden teams, because obviously Aiden shields, so Aiden's going to take more damage, which I think is going to be really beneficial for this ability. So, Zhu, he seems to be catered towards killing the supports now. You saw in the live stream, he basically one-shot a Polaris because of the damage. But this is why I don't think you're going to see too much difference until you get this one. All of his crits do 3 times more damage. See, now that's insane. I think that's the big difference maker. This is the ability that's going to allow you to one-shot Aidens, one-shot Polarises, Marthas, any kind of supports. This is the big one. But again, the problem is it's a Relic 30 ability. It's a lot of investment just for a hero that's very niche, at least right now. Obviously, this could change everything, but most of the people and most of you watching here are in the same boat as me. You don't have, 2,880 shards to max a relic, so you're going to have to choose which one you want to max from the start. So this is the problem. Too many choices at the moment for the even mild spenders don't even come into Relic 30 abilities. It's just not going to happen. So let's get into some testing. Like I said, I put a couple of defenses up and I tried some nature teams. Didn't work. The best bet I had was with like Sebastian and even Jorgen. If you don't know why Jorgen, I'll quickly show. So here's my big guy, Jorgen. Very out of meta at the moment, which is unfortunate because I really like Jorgen. So his skills, what you're looking for is... which one is it? It is the Tainted Wounds? No, the Leper. So the Leper is the combination with you that I like, and like Sebastian. So it curses everyone on the enemy team, making the furthest enemy of the target of the curse. Physical damage taken by heroes on the enemy team will be directed to that target for 10 seconds. So this, in a company with Jhus' ability to hit the back line, this is why I use them together. You'll see that I've used them quite a lot. Not sure if it was used in the live stream. I can't remember what teams Sam used, but I'll show you them now. So these are the kind of teams that I was playing with. You've got an AXA line with Leanne and Tempest, a very common one. You have the JJI with Folio and Polaris. Just for a heads up on that one, the teams that I tested with you could not touch the Folio Polaris line. Too many shields. Jew just couldn't do it. Then we got a Polaris and Tempest line. I tried the All Chaos line. Tried the alternative, the Eternity line with like the Iris and Nebula. I also had a dodge team and a mystery team. So yeah, let's get into it. So as I said, don't accept miracles. I'm just going to show you a team that I used quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, it was a struggle to find something really good. But unfortunately, the line that I found was a Julius Isaac, Jew, Seb, and Jorgen. It's not going to be a 10-0, but it kind of shows you the capabilities, probably. If he had the extra relics for the 3 times damage, Aiden would be getting absolutely crushed. So we'll just run a 1 times and I'll just show you how this battle goes. Because, I mean, you can see the Zhu damage straight away. He just took like 1.7k. He just took half the life off Aiden. So you can imagine if Zhu had critted with his 3 times, he would have just killed Aiden outright. Simple as that. Because Astaroth's already dead, Aiden's dead. And yeah, you can just fast forward this because you can see the damage. So as you can see, it works. It's not going to be a 10-0, I'll show you that, but again, you can see Zhu, nearly 2 million damage. He even does a lot of damage to the tanks with Sebastian. He does just a lot more damage. Even without the relic, he had a damage buff for a couple of his abilities, which really help. But yeah, as you can see. Spoiler on the other ones that I'm showing. But yeah, if you do the 10 times here, you'll see it's probably going to be about an even 5-5-6-4. Oh, I put Yasmin in. My bad. Sorry about that. My stuff's too close together to see. Where's Jorgen at the bottom? Also, Jorgen is useful because obviously he stops everyone casting spells. So against the meta at the moment that is mages, you'll see this a lot. But there you go, you can see 6-4. Even when we lose, Zhu 3 million damage, which is absolutely insane. But you can see in the win one, 5.5 million damage. It's just a case of Zhu will slowly but surely just wear your team down. But yeah, not too bad. We'll show you, like I said, I did try nature teams. It was very sketchy. But if we go with like an Aurora tank, Zhu, let's go Mushy, Mojo, and Sebastian again. We're just going to use... Actually, let's try Jorgen. Let's see how that goes. With the redirection of Mojo and Mushy's damage to Aiden. You never know. I didn't try this one, but just a quick thought in my head. Obviously, it's going to be a bit less damage on the front tank now because we've got more of a balanced team here. So Aiden nearly one-shot Zhu. Wasn't able to. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. I mean, we got the stun. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Now Zhu's going to smash the back line, and again, don't think he's going to kill Aiden. Yeah, Zhu's dead. Okay, yeah. Well, it was a thought process. Not good. But yeah, so yeah, that didn't work. It was worth a look. I think you do have to go quite aggressive if you're going to use Zhu teams. So say something like Oya, Julius, maybe even something like that, just to help with the frontline damage now that Zhu does more damage. Astaroth should go down a lot quicker in this team comp. Yeah, you can see there. Obviously, Julius is there to just throw up a shield to protect. So yeah, you can see that works. And again, it's pretty safe. Like, they were dead basically before Zisha even got an ult off, so that was basically the end of that. Don't know how the damage is going to be distributed. Okay, it was Zhu still did the most damage. Interesting. But yeah, you can see there. I think it's going to take a case of an aggressive team to get all of that damage going, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, I won't show the second one. Honestly, I just could not find a team for it. It's just such a powerful team at the moment in the meta. Against this line, I think it did just as well. Obviously, the Polaris is a problem because Polaris ults so quickly. It's pretty insane. I mean, my Isaac is not glyphed, but he's pretty high from my other heroes that I have glyphed from the class bonus. Oh, and there goes Isaac. Oh, that's going to be a problem. See, the problem is Zhu is still heavily susceptible to stuns. The Polarises, like even Arachnes, Lian, Tempest, there's a lot of stun and immobilization in the game at the moment. So Zhu just still gets a bit stuck when it comes to that. But yeah, doesn't work against that team. That's purely because of the extra Polaris ult. It just gives Zisha time to ult, and then it ruins the team. I mean, we could try a Julius Judge Isaac version. We've got Judge for the extra protection against Zisha, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. See, 2-8. See, the problem you're going to have is... Yeah, so I mean, Julius did 1.6 million damage. Jeez. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, again, a nature team would just get destroyed as well. I did have some fun with this team against the All Chaos team. I had some really weird battles earlier. I don't know if I'm going to get the same here, but obviously to help, I threw in, I think it was Lian, just to kind of hopefully stop Kayla and doing all her damage. But again, the problem is also going to be Zhu is reacting on crits. So the team's going to be RNG based no matter what hero team you do. It's going to be based on luck because you need the crits to kill. So I mean, when Lian stuns, you can see Zhu is just working his way against Aiden there. Zhu killed Aiden once. Oh, Zhu's by himself now. What can he do? Yeah, I don't think he's going to do much. Nah, so didn't work that time. But yeah, so definitely not going to work in that instance. I think there was one earlier. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I tried a bit more of an aggressive one here with Yasmin and Tempest. So you'll see Zisha die there. I think Zhu just finished her off. But again, Tempest stuns. It gives Zhu time to start hitting. Zhu killed Peach. Now we're just, there you go. Zhu took out Aiden as well. We got Zhu in a 1v4. Just getting all that life back. He's loving it. Goes invulnerable again. Starts working on Aiden again. Kills him. Resurrects because of Kayla and Aiden. Dies again. If we could kill Kayla, then oh, there you go. Aiden's down. Aiden Astaroth. Aiden's alive. Aiden's going to be dead again in a second. So there you go. He literally did nearly all the work by himself in that. You can see 2.5 million healing, took 3 million damage, and dealt 3.5 million. So there's definitely room there, but it's RNG dependent, which is rough. I mean, I'm not sure if like a full stun team would really work. Like if we just threw in Tempest, let's say Polaris and Leanne. Let's throw in like a purely. This is all just a stun for Zhu to kill the backline. I don't think it'll work, but it was a quick one. Oh, 6-4. I mean, that works way better than I thought it would. So I say Zhu's the only one that I've got as damage. That's interesting. Let's see how this one worked out. I mean, this one was a 5, a complete crush. Let's have a look. Or not, because I can't press buttons apparently. There you go. Let's have a look how this one went. So this team is just purely to stun and stop anyone doing damage and just letting you take people out in the backline. Because Kayla shouldn't do anything. We've got the shields from Julius, we've got the stuns from Polaris, Tempest, and Leanne. There you go, Zhu. There you go. So you can see the damage from Zhu is very good. With 3 times more damage from a crit, Aiden, Polaris, and supports are going to get crushed. It's going to be crazy. See, this team works against this team purely because of the stuns, and there's not much healing coming back from the other side. So say if you tried this team against the Julius combo that we said earlier, it's just going to get crushed. Probably rightfully so, to be fair, but just to check, yeah. I mean, Polaris might die, but then Folio's probably going to kill us before the rest of it. Yeah, so 3-7, that's actually better than I've got from my other testing earlier. Let's have a look. Definitely interesting. So you can see there is definitely potential, but you're going to have to get an R30 relic, I think, to see a mass amount of change. I mean, our Polaris should get an ult off first. Oh no, because we just nearly killed Polaris in one hit. Stuns. There you go, Zhu. This is where you should finish off Polaris, I presume. I can see his daggers going to her. There you go. Yeah, Isaac's not going to be able to take the damage. Isaac's down. Folio's down. Very interesting. I didn't expect that. That was definitely not something that was in my book from earlier. Definitely interesting though, but you can see there is, like I said, there is potential there. As for like the dodge team, I was playing around with this one earlier. I kind of used Andvari and Lucas again. Lucas is just a nice counter to this team normally. Where's my Andvari? Andvari? And also, let's throw in Polaris there. I have a feeling Jorgen will get eaten, so I don't want to put Jorgen in there. Let's put in Martha. Yeah, so there you go. That's the kind of team that I'm looking at here. We'll see how it goes. I would expect 7s. Pure 10-0. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at The damage, yeah, Zhu. Lucas doing quite a bit though. Let's have a look. Also, early on that Kayla team, you got to remember that my Kayla is G80 as well. So if anyone didn't know, anyway, Andy is a very decent counter to Yasmin anyway, normally because they will stun Yasmin before she gets her ult off. If you can stun her before she gets her ult off, you've basically got an easy win. So there's definitely times where Zhu can be a filler and maybe replace a hero from a known counter in the first place. I think I was even playing around with. I mean, this team was easy enough anyway. I think something along those. I think that team again did pretty well against this team, which is a little bit surprising because you have got Summoner on the other team. I mean, Satori's gonna hurt. Jorgen ulted before Folio got his ult off, but now we've killed Martha. Using Jorgen again to redirect more damage to the back line. Now Rufus is dead. I said I also use Jorgen because I think he's great for those two purposes: redirecting damage to the back to help Zhu, and the ults to stop the other team ulting, especially with a heavy mage team like we're seeing here. But yeah, I mean, not bad. Again, Zhu, 2.3, no one else doing any damage. That's mainly down to Julius and Isaac and the shields, though. I think the last team was like, you got your generic Iris team with my Cascade. My Cascade is G80. So we're kind of, obviously we've got to be wary of Iris here, because Iris is going to do a lot of damage to us. I will have to test more with Goose. I have to admit, I will have to test that. So, I mean, I'm not sure that'll work. It's really hard to. I don't want to use like Corvus to kind of stop Iris's damage. Goose might be enough. Wow, so you see the damage on Dante there. There you go, Sebastian, Goose. Jorgen now stopping everyone in, and then Zhu nearly just one-shot Octavia. And yeah, the team's dead. So as I said, definitely some uses there. I think even with like, I see a lot of, I haven't had this team yet, but like a mushy tank team for AXA teams. So it's something along mushy, and then they normally put in like Tempest and like a Leanne. I mean, I've even seen a mirror. I could put a mirror in there. But I see these kind of variations of this team in Arena quite a lot. Yeah, let's put in a mirror. But I just don't think Mushy will be able to survive the initial damage from Zhu. Let's have a look. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's some crazy damage from Zhu there. So you've got through the front. I mean, we still got to be careful with the mirror. Yeah, so we got Aiden down. The mirror's gold shouldn't kill us. No. And then, yeah, we'll just slowly take the rest out. Let's fast forward that. Yeah, so definitely potential there. I mean, without the buffs, he just wouldn't do this sort of damage, as simple as that. The relic definitely helps, but not massively, in my opinion, not at the moment. I think the last two, the relic 20 and the relic 30, is really where you're going to see the impact of Zhu, I reckon. Because like I said earlier, yeah, I will not be upgrading those. But yeah, hitting more damage with shields, with pure damage, and the 3 times damage with crits, I think that's going to be crazy amount of damage. I mean, I don't like to say this, but I think an a Relic 30 Zhu could be meta changing, because I think you're going to see Zhu just annihilate backlines. Honestly, I have no idea how you're even going to counter it. Because I mean, you put a Martha in the back for Zhu normally, but that's not going to work. You've seen Aiden gets battered, Polaris gets battered. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting when I see someone that has an R30 relic for Zhu, and I'm going to see if I can get some testing done from them and just see how backlines hold up. But yeah, we're into 25 minutes now, a bit longer than I expected. Obviously, if you guys have tests that you want to see or you found teams that will work, feel free to give me a shout. Tell me in the comments, tell me on Discord, whatever, and I can test it out. Obviously, this is a test that I did today. Still plenty of to do with him. Um, but I'm not sure how universal he's going to be in a sense. You've seen a couple of teams that you can like plug and play with him, but overall, yeah, there's decent. I mean, compared to like Arachne, Kai was a bit Sumner, I think Relic 30 will be insane. But yeah, we will leave it on that. There might be, I might do another one this week once I get some more testing and team ideas. But for now, I mean, definitely potential. So not too bad of a buff in general. I think the relic does help, but even just the damage boost that he got outside of the relic was pretty decent. So, right, guys, I will see you next time. Thanks for the love and support as always, and I'll see you next time.